Welcome back. European football clubs have just a few hours left to make their final player signings before the January transfer window closes. But a big managerial announcement from Manchester City is grabbing everyone's attention. World Sport's Don Riddell joins us now. And Don, this was rumoured to happen for a long time, but Guardiola has now been signed to Manchester City, and this is a huge deal. This is an absolutely massive deal. I mean, it represents a huge investment in Manchester City's future. It's left the other top teams around Europe kicking themselves that they weren't able to get him. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 Premier League teams that would have loved to have had him, but Man City have got him, and the numbers are absolutely eye-watering. He was already the most highly paid manager in world football. I reckon his pay rise is about 15%. He's going to be getting about $65 million over 3 years, but City reckon that he is absolutely worth it. He is the most coveted manager in world football. He is young, he's driven, he's been hugely successful. He's known as being a tactical genius, and he's great with analysis and motivating his players. And when you look at all the trophies he's won and the number of games he's been involved in as a manager, on average, he wins a trophy every 22.4 games. Wow.
So Man City are hoping that he's going to be the guy that really is going to make them one of the biggest clubs in the world, because for so long they've lived in Manchester United's shadow. Of course, they have won a couple of Premier League titles recently, but they're hoping that this will really help take them to the next level.
For $65 million over 3 years, you would hope so.
You would expect an awful lot for that investment, yeah.
Now, spending over the season has actually broken records, over £1 billion, and that's about 1.4 billion US dollars.
Yeah.
Where is all this money coming from that clubs are spending?
I mean, the January transfer window has actually been pretty quiet. I think a lot of clubs are figuring out that that's not the best time to make smart investments and get a quick return on them. But yes, Premier League spending in particular has gone through the roof. This is going to be a new record. This is for the 2 transfer windows, the summer and January. And there is so much money pouring into the Premier League. That's where it's coming from. I mean, we had the new TV deals announced recently, both the UK broadcast deal and the international one. Between the two of them, it's a total of $12 billion, and that money is going to be making its way to the teams from next season. So if you're a team fighting relegation, this is not the season to go down. You don't want to miss out on that, and that's why I think you're seeing more of the teams in the bottom half of the table doing the spending, because they want to try their absolute hardest to make sure they're still in the Premier League next year so they can reap the rewards from this new money.
And talk to us about the timing of Guardiola's signing. Clearly it was very last minute, at the very end, close to the end of the transfer period.
Well, I mean, the manager doesn't fit into that whole kind of player window thing, so that's different. I think it's interesting that they announced it today. I think one of the reasons they did announce it is it's a pretty badly kept secret. It was widely rumoured. This was the one thing that people were talking about. I think at Man City it was starting to get in the way of what they're trying to achieve this season. Manuel Pellegrini, their current manager, is still in with a chance of winning 4 trophies this season. I don't think he'll win all of them, but they're having a decent season. And I think they just want to put this one to bed and get it out of the way and let them all focus on the rest of the season without this question constantly hanging over both the players and Manuel Pellegrini. So they've done it and got it out of the way. We all know the score now. But it's very, very exciting for Manchester City.
A huge investment. Hopefully for them it pays off.
Sure.
Don Riddell, thank you so much.
All right.
Well, that does it for this edition of CNN Newsroom. I'm Lynda Kinkade. The World Right Now with my colleague Hala Gurani is up next.